Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to our Canucks GM mode. So, last episode we simulated pretty much the entire season up to the trade deadline. Um, we were thinking of trading Ben Hutton, but I don't think we need to really if you look at his player stats coming up. A lot of his player stats necessary yet. Okay. First we'll check the team stats. Right now, currently we're one of the best teams in the league with a record of 36, 25, and 3. And we do have a good defensive goals against per game as well. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. And I think Ben Hutton was like a plus 15, if I remember correctly, which means he's probably playing very well defensively, which means in a way we don't really need to trade him. So as you could see, Ben Hutton, he hasn't put up the most points in comparison to like Yul Levy, but he is a plus 19 actually, so which is tied for the best plus minus on our team. So I'm going to keep Ben Hutton, I think, until his contract runs out, just because he's only got this 1 year left. I don't know if he's going to want to upgrade. Like, if we want to re-sign him, maybe we do re-sign him at like a 1 year deal at $6 million if we want. Just because he is still only 27. It's just, I like to keep my guys under the age of 30 pretty much. As you can see, most of the team is all like in their 20s, I think, except for Evander Kane. He's going to be 30 soon. Sean Mathias is just a depth guy, so he's 33. And was it Granlund? Yeah, Mikael Granlund's almost 30 as well. So we have a pretty young team here. Everybody's in their 20s, except for Mathias, pretty much. So I don't think I'm going to make that move. I was also thinking we could bring in a maybe like an older player that has like a lot of playoff experience and is good in the playoffs, but I couldn't find anybody with low trade value or low years left. Krejci had 1 year left on his deal, but we'd have to give up somebody with a decent amount of trade value. Same with if we wanted to go after Ryan Getzlaf or Corey Perry. So those are just unrealistic, so we're just going to leave those and not make any trades at this trade deadline. But if you guys have any suggestions for trades during the off season, make sure you let me know in the comments. Also, sorry about last episode. I realized afterwards that the audio was out of sync. Don't know why it was like that. Hopefully this one is in sync properly. So let's see how we do after the trade deadline. And oh no, that's not good at all. Thatcher Demko's been injured with a concussion. Estimated return is March 11th. Well, at least he's back in a week, but still, that means we're gonna have to call up our little youngster, Alexis Gravel. So we're gonna, I guess, slow him at 1 game for him, just because it's his first NHL game. We're gonna give him a chance to play. So Alexis Gravel, he doesn't go through waivers, right? Just making sure. Nope. Okay, good. Just because I don't want to have him get claimed because he is one of our best prospects pretty much in the minors. So okay, let's see. So yeah, Gravel, you're gonna get the start in the next game, and then in minors, I guess we're gonna have to put that Shores guy in, who's a horrible 50 something overall, 51 overall, with 1 star everything except for puck control. Wow. Okay, so let's just press B and get it to stop simulating. We win 3-1 over Tampa Bay. Nice. Okay, so, wow, okay, his first game is going to be against Alexander Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals, who are having a very good season so far, 40-22-1. So, let's just make sure he is the starting goaltender. They might have switched it to Vasilevsky. Yeah, I think they switched it to Vasilevsky, so we're going to have to switch it back, just because I want to see how this youngster plays. Probably not too good so far because he's only at 76 overall, but might as well give him a chance while Demko's down with an injury. Okay, so we're going to slow sim this 1 game just because this is probably one of the only games Gravel is going to play until he is NHL bound. So let's see how good he does against the Washington Capitals. First period, and we're up 1-0, so he makes 8 saves in the first period, allowing no goals. We're out shooting them still, though, 17-8. Bo Horvat gets us on the board. Second period, and the youngster lets in 2 goals in that period. Marcus Johansson, Alexander Ovechkin. 2 goals on 21 shots, though, isn't the worst for a youngster like him. So let's see how the third period plays out. Will he let in any more goals, or will we tie a game and win it for the youngster? Power play for them, and we kill it off. Nice. But Johansson makes it 3-1, so looks like Alexis Gravel's first NHL game is just going to be a loss, but he did play pretty decently. He allows 3 goals on almost 30 shots, so not the worst game I've seen from a first NHL goaltender. 3 stars in that game. All those dudes. Let's just check the Alexis Gravel's save percentage and stuff in that game. 897. That's not a very good save percentage, but not a very good goals against average. But still, I think that's a decent performance from him. He didn't. I guess we bowled the goalie at the end of the game. So he didn't play the full 60 minutes, but whatever. Okay, so that's Alexis Gravel's first NHL game. Hopefully there is more to come in a year or two, because he is only in 76. If he's in 80 or something by next season, we might just leave him down in the minors for 1 more year. So anyways, let's assimilate once again all the way up to the end of the month. Demko should be back for this next game against the Bruins, which means we're going to have to send Gravel back down. So we got Alexis Gravel has something he wants to say. He likes that we called him up. No problem, buddy. I don't know if he likes demanding or calming. Let's just go calming. Okay, he doesn't like calming. I just don't know what his thing is, because I've never dealt with the player morale for Alexis Gravel yet. So Thatcher Demko is back, which means we're going to need to send Alexis Gravel all the way back down to the minors. So there you go, Gravel. I know you're going to lose morale because of that yet. And edit lines. Well, at least it gave Gravel a chance to show that he is going to be in the NHL in a couple years. Okay, so Demko's in our starter now. And then down here in the minors, we want to make sure we put in Gravel instead of the Schwartz guy. There you go. And did I see some growth? Yeah, 82 for Balsters, but he still is a minor scoring forward. And Tibbet's an 81, Rodin's 80. Nice. How about defensively? Tate Olson's an 82. Interesting. So we might have some good prospects coming up for next season. So we might have to make some roster space available for next season. Even against the Bruins, and we lose 2-1. Don't let these losses pile up, though, guys. There you go. Nice shutout win against Minnesota in a 6-5 offensive game against the Devils. But I think we should be pretty much lights out, and we should be making the playoffs with this kind of record, unless we don't lose 10 in a row or something right at the end of the season. So yeah, I think we'll make the first round. I don't know if we're gonna go far this year or not, because I think I looked at our player status, and we're listed as a contender, but that doesn't mean we're gonna be going far. It means we probably just might be a first or second round exit. So but hopefully we make it far. It wouldn't be that bad to go to the finals and lose, and then next year maybe we'll be in the finals again and win our first Stanley Cup or something, because their youngsters need some kind of playoff experience. Because Nolan Patrick, I don't remember if he played in our first ever playoffs or not. So okay, up at April 1st, we are 41, 33, and 3, which is not the best anymore. It's kind of got a lot of losses, but whatever. And our AHL team looks like they should be making it as well, 38, 20, and 9. So that is good news. So let's simulate all the way to the last game of the season. And then, we'll slow sim the last game of the season as well, just because this episode's a bit of a shorter one since we didn't make any trades at the deadline. So. And there's 3 losses, 4 losses. Wow, a lot of losses in a row, actually. There's a win, though. We should be clinching a playoff spot soon, right? Looks like we might be just waiting for that dialogue box, and it doesn't say we have yet, but maybe we have. And yes, we have. Nice. So we have clinched our second playoffs in this GM mode. I wonder who we're going to be going up against. Let's actually just quick sim this game, because we have to wrap up the season pretty much. So, and then see who we're up against next, or in the first round of the playoffs. And the last game of the season is a loss to Calgary. So that's the end of the regular season. So before we see who we have to face, let's take a look at our player stats for the season. See who did what. Okay, so start by forwards. So leader in goals on our team, Bo Horvat, Kevin Fiala, all had 27 goals. Followed by Evander Kane with 25, Vertanen with 24. So you got our 4 big goal scorers here, I guess. And then you got Anthony Mantha on the third line with 17 goals. Very nice. Tuck on the fourth line with 16 goals. Cole Castles 11 goals. Nolan Patrick only 10 goals. Chris Wyman put up 9 goals. Boucher 9 goals. Granlund 6 goals. Hintz 4 goals. And Matthias, when he was playing depth, did not put up a single point. Assist leader though was Nolan Patrick with 41 assists, and he's now up to an 86 overall. What grew? His deking grew a bit, and that's everything that grew. Granlund had 39 assists. Horvat had 39 assists. Kane 33. Fiala 30. Vertanen 24. Wyman 22 assists. Nice. Boucher 18. So on like that. Point wise, Bo Horvat led us with 66 points, followed by Evander Kane with 58, Fiala 57, Nolan Patrick with 51, Vertanen with 48, Granlund 45, Mantha 34, and Chris Wyman put up 31 points. That's pretty decent for a 81 overall in his first season. His slap shot accuracy is growing as well, and his shot blocking's up to an 89 now. So he's getting very good defensively, and his offensive awareness is going up as well. So he might turn out to be a good all-around player, which is very nice. He was a -6, but he was on the penalty killing unit, so that might play into account. Then we got, let's see, Reed Boucher. Okay, let's just check plus minus. So everybody that was a minus. So Mikhail Granlund was a -1, Mantha -1. Hintz -4, Wyman -6. Kane was the worst though with a -7. What's Evander Kane's defensive stats? They're not the worst. I don't know why he's such a minus player then. Okay, anyways, let's go back to points, and then we'll go defenseman. Probably Uehalivi. Yep, Uehalivi led us with 45 points. 20 goals, actually, too, which is very nice. Setcher, 36 points. Losegren, 35 points. Nice. As an 81 overall. He puts up a lot of assists, it seems like, not goals, which means once we play him with Uehalivi, he's going to be probably feeding him the puck a lot, which means you might see Uehalivi's goal total go up a lot to like a 30-goal season, maybe. I don't know. Ben Hutton, 24 points. Shea Theodore, 14 points. Breezeball, 9 points. And Jacobs, 1 point. So it looks like Breezeball is a pretty offensive two-way defender. As you can see, 8 goals, 1 assist. Plus minus for defenseman, Hutton led us with plus 18, and Uehalivi plus 15. Breezeball plus 13, but everybody else was a minus. Losegren and Jacobs, both -1. Stetcher and Theodore, well, Theodore is a really bad plus minus. We might have to change up something with Shea Theodore. Like, I don't know if we want to trade him at all. Like, he puts up offensive numbers, but I think he takes way too much offensive risks. As you can see, like -26 this season, and it wasn't even that bad of a season for us. So we might have to get rid of Shea Theodore. He also takes a decent amount of penalties. So I don't know what we want to do with that. He only has actually 1 year left on his deal. So if you guys think I should re-sign him, let me know. He's only making like almost $3 million. He might want an upgrade though if we go far. So goaltenders, let's see how goaltenders did. So goals against, Thatcher Demko had at 2.69, Vasilevsky had at 2.33, 36, 28, and 3, pretty decent record. 7-7-0, 919 save percentage, and a 912. So our goaltenders didn't play the best, and Gravel had that one game that he played. He's up to his 77 now. That's nice. He's growing still, which is good. Demko had 7 shutouts though, which is very nice, and Vasilevsky 1 shutout. And both these guys seem to put up decent offensive numbers as well, as Demko picks up 2 assists and Vasilevsky picks up an assist as well. So, wait a second. I think Demko's put up like a decent amount of points every time he's played this season. Yeah, look at that. So, his first season, he got a 1 goal, 1 assist. His second season, he put up 3 assists, then he put up 2 assists the next season. So, he's a good offensive goaltender, I guess. Anyways, that's the player stats for the regular season. Let's check our team stats, and then we will check who we're up against in round 1. We might also check the AHL players' points, just because I want to see who's performing down there. So let's see, entire league. Let's see, where are we in the entire league? 14th, so we almost did not make the playoffs, but at least we made it, I guess, so it doesn't really matter. Goals for per game. We were one of the best offensive teams with 2.88 goals per game, just behind Tampa Bay, New York, Buffalo, Washington, Philadelphia, St. Louis, and Dallas. Dallas was scoring over 3 goals a game, which is pretty crazy. Goals against per game, looks like we dropped more, yeah. Not a very good defensive team at the moment. 2.72 goals against per game. And then our power play, it's not the worst. 17.7, it's around 15th. Not that bad. And our penalty kill, let's see, it was kind of decent, 83.5%. And then our home record, 22, 16, and 3. So a very good home team. But our away record was horrible, 21 and 20. So we need to be better on the road, and our last 10 was 3, 7, and 0. So hopefully that changes come the playoffs. Yeah. So that's that. Let's actually check the progress reports first, and then we'll see who we're going up against. And then, yeah, don't worry about the HL player stats for now. We will check that eventually, I guess, at the end of the AHL season. So, let's see, progress reports, who's growing and who's not. So, Chris Wyman's growing, that is what I like to see. Nolan Patrick is growing, Horvat's growing, Matthias, I don't know if he's, I think he's dropping off, probably, because he's dropping off because of his ice time and stuff like that, and his age too. Shea Theodore is slightly growing, not much though. And then in the AHL / in the system, Mikhail Elbeling might be AHL bound or NHL bound next season. He's a 74 overall now, which is very good. Janus is growing, Belcourt, Grattan, Pavlik's dropping, Backer's growing. This guy might be a bit of a bust of a first round pick though, because like we drafted him, I don't remember when, but he's 20 years of age and only a 69 overall. So Samuel Bitton should be top line AHL next season maybe. Pronger's growing, Schneider's growing. A lot of good growth from all these prospect kind of guys. Okay, so that's that. Let's see who we're up against in round 1. The only time we've made the playoffs so far, we played, I think it was Calgary in the first round, so we might have a rematch potentially. So let's see. No, it's the Anaheim Ducks. Jeez. Okay, so this this first round matchup is a big story, because if you guys remember a year or 2 ago, we made one big trade sending Eric Goodbranson, Christopher Tanev, and I think that was it, to the Anaheim Ducks in exchange for Liljegren, and I think there was a pick involved as well. But we got Liljegren from the Ducks, and they have still probably Goodbranson and Tanev, so let's sim up to that day, and then we'll take a look at their lines. So they finished worse than us, it looks like, though. 41, well, maybe not worse than us. No, they finished, I guess, better because they got the home ice. So they finished 41, 32, and 9. We finished 43, 36, and 3. So let's first go here and see what their lines look like. And then we'll look at the playoff tree, I guess, as well, and then that will be it. So they probably have a very good defensive core. Why can't I look at their lines? The hell? Wait a sec. Why can't I look at their lines? Normally you could just go in there and look at the opposite team's lines. Let's try that again. Maybe it's just some sort of glitch thing. There you go. I don't know why it was not letting me edit the lines at first. There you go. Okay, so view opponents. So on their first line, they have Richie, Getzlav, and Perry. So kind of a weak line, as you can see. Perry and Getzlav are dropping off a lot. They're probably retiring after the season, so this might be their last run at a Stanley Cup. Second line, you got Max Jones, Natnan, and Kerdeals. Kind of a weak line. 84, 82, 83. And then the third line, you got Emerson Edom. Ricard Raquel is there for some reason, 85. And Matthias Aho, who we could have actually drafted back in year number 1, but we didn't. 84 overall. Then you got Andre Case with Ryan Kessler, who's another former Canuck actually, and William Nylander. So yeah, this team is not the best offensive team, it looks like. Defensively, though, you got Lindholm with good Branson, who actually jumped up to an 89. So yeah, this guy might be a little scary, but he's not much of an offensive player. I think he's more of a defensive player, but he's got decent stats all around. So our former player there. And then you got Christopher Tanev, who's still there, 86 overall with Cam Fowler. So yeah, you got a pretty good defensive core. And then Jacob Larson with Sami Niku. So Christopher Tanev, let's just see. Okay, he's on a 2-year deal at 5.3. How much is Good Brains making? Yeah, so you wouldn't be even able to afford these guys if we wanted them on the team, probably. And in goal, they have John Gibson, who's 91, but if Gibson goes down, they have only a 77 overall backup in Ryan Kubik. And then scratched, you got Connor Hobbs and Sam Steele. So if injuries happen, these guys will jump into lineup. So other than that, I think we should have them mostly covered. What does EA put our overalls at? So currently we have better offense, like way better offense. They have better defense and better goaltending. So it's a story of if our offense could overwhelm their defensive core or not. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Canucks GM Mode. So next episode, we'll do round 1 against the Anaheim Ducks. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.